stage is set. The moment of truth is here. 73 entrepreneurs from across the country have assembled in Delhi as the final jury round of the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards 2011 is all set to commence. We spoke to some of these entrepreneurs to get a better understanding of their businesses and to chart their growth trajectory.
From the village to the world, within 4 years of span, I have achieved 1,000 crore of turnover within 4 years. I'm doing from the village and to the world. No one is doing till now. All are on the metros. My business all on the metros. But in the village, I'm the first.
We are taking healthcare to the masses. We do #1 in the joint replacement surgeries. Patients from all over, right from India, US, UK come for a joint replacement surgery. But our efforts are never recognized, and we are thankful to ET Now Awards. We have come all the way to Delhi for this final jury round.
The jury members have all been assigned their respective courtrooms, complete with their jury dockets. The nominees wait outside. Some of them seem confident, others a little less so. It's barely seconds now to the moment of reckoning. Hurried glances go over the balance sheets one more time. Gritty stares double-check the presentations and spreadsheets. 73 achievers are all set to battle it out to be crowned the leader of tomorrow. What is going on in their minds?
We have created benchmark for other people to follow. And with our business, we have saved almost $50 million of freight for oil and gas companies, which is savings for the country. It's a big saving. So we'll showcase that, and the future plans what we have, that also will tell. And I hope the jury will take that into account.
हाँ 200% लीडर्स का चुनाव है. किसी कंपनी के सेल टैक्स और इनकम टैक्स के हिसाब से आगे नहीं प्रमोट होना है, तो लीडर्स जो होगा वो आगे जाएगा. और वी आर लीडर. हम एक नए भारत की परिकल्पना के साथ यहाँ इकट्ठा हुए हैं और लोग हमें जानेंगे और हमारे साथ जुड़ के आगे बढ़ना चाहेंगे और निश्चित तौर पे हम लीडर्स अवार्ड जीतेंगे.
It is really going to be a boost to our success, and till now, and it will also add up more and more. It will give us more strength, like it will give us an energy drink for the future.
First of all, when I filled up the form, it was quite, I did not think that I will reach and make until this point. But since I'm here now, I think I should now believe that I'm in the top 5 of my category from the country, and definitely I feel happy about it.
As a stream of entrepreneurs make their way to their respective jury members, the ones coming out after presenting their cases are going through a myriad of emotions. We speak to some of these candidates as they recount their experience of coming face to face with an industry idol.
My interaction was with Mr. K Jain. Well, I'm humbled and I'm honored. It's a great experience being here. It's wonderful meeting other people and companies which are, going to definitely emerge as future leaders of this country as far as business goes.
Of course, it's always flattering when you come to that level, and the kind of jury we had here and the questions they have put, it has been a good experience from all in all with this Leaders of Tomorrow award.
Sam Pitroda, the chairman of the jury for the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards 2011, then confers with the other members of the jury as they whittle down the final list of selected entrepreneurs once again. The Leaders of Tomorrow 2011 are slowly coming to light.
I think it's always good to recognize small entrepreneurs because they are the one who create more jobs in India, or for that matter in any other country. More jobs are created by SMEs than by big companies. Innovation is always at the edge and not at the core. So these are the people who will ultimately innovate.
73 entrepreneurs who hoped that they made a solid impression in front of the jury. But what were the traits that impressed the jury members the most? The traits that define a leader of tomorrow. What is it that separates the best from the rest?
First of all, the business model that they are adopting. I think they need to be clear about the business model and what they are wanting to do. And the second is what is the asset test. The next few years will determine how many of them are actually able to scale up. How are they able to scale up their organizations, their skill sets, managerial strength, and how the promoters are able to step a little back and leave the day-to-day working to others. I think those will really determine the winners for tomorrow.
A very interesting group of people, entrepreneurs from all walks of life, men, women, young, old, high-tech, low-tech, and everyone was full of enthusiasm.
India's MSME sector has been a tour de force of the Indian economy for some time now, contributing almost half of the entire manufacturing output, as well as over 2/5 of the total exports. This oft-neglected sector has been one of the primary drivers of India's march to global recognition. ET Now, in partnership with IndiaMART, aims to bring wider recognition to this throbbing engine of India's growth. After a successful inaugural year of the Leaders of Tomorrow feature series and awards, the month of June 2011 saw the process of selecting India's finest MSMEs start again. A massive call for entries campaign was launched across various media platforms, inviting entrepreneurs across the country to nominate their companies across a host of categories. The response came in thousands, and many companies got selected to be featured on ET Now. Simultaneously, the ET Now team travelled the length and breadth of the country to visit some outstanding MSMEs and share their tales of vision and enterprise with the television viewers. Now, with the culmination of the feature series, it is time to select and felicitate the winners of the IndiaMART Leaders of Tomorrow Awards 2011.
Earlier there was more focus on new economy based industries, retail, real estate, telecom, IT. But with this award, there has been a lot of focus gone to the old economy based SMEs. So manufacturing, pharmaceutical, those kind of SMEs are now waking up to this thing. And I am overwhelmed with the success of this year's Leaders of Tomorrow nominations.
The award categories for the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards 2011 are divided into 3 broad categories: manufacturing, services and special recognition awards. In the manufacturing sector, the categories are auto components, chemical and petrochemicals, electrical and electronics, engineering products, FMCG and consumer durables, food and agri-products, home decor and handicrafts, pharmaceuticals and medical, textile, apparel and accessories. In the services sector, the categories are IT, ITS, BPO, VAS, transport and logistics, travel and hospitality, and finally, healthcare and biotech. In the special recognition categories, we will felicitate the Woman Entrepreneur of the Year and SME of the Year.
I am very overwhelmed with this year's turnout of SMEs. There has been great companies, and our partners Ernst & Young tell us that they had a difficult time selecting top 5, top 10 listed companies for every category.
With the entries for this year of the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards reaching a staggering 50,000, the screening process called for unprecedented benchmarks to be put in place. ET Now tied up with one of the world's most credible names in knowledge management, Ernst & Young, to become the knowledge partners for the awards and validate the data of all applicants.
It was really nice being associated with the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards from the point of view of the sheer volume of entries that we actually got. Now there were more than 49,000 entries that came in. So it was quite a challenge to actually evaluate, sort, sift through, even just go through all the entries that we got. So there were a lot of challenges, there were a lot of learnings, and finally it took a lot of creativity to actually take it through.
after Ernst & Young selected the top 30 companies in each category based on various parameters. A screening jury of eminent professionals across a plethora of industries was constituted by ET Now to select the top 5 nominees in each of the 15 categories. This screening process took place in the 3 nerve centers of India Inc., namely Delhi, Mumbai and Bengaluru. The top 5 companies selected were then invited to the final jury round in Delhi.
We first reviewed the entire concept to say that this is what we're trying to achieve. This is an award for the small, the micro entrepreneurs. So what matters to them? What do they want to be recognized for? And really, what is India lacking and what does India need from this segment? And therefore we built a concept around that piece. The second thing that we went into was really the process. You must have a fair process. And therefore we helped define a process that was absolutely transparent and went logically from the beginning to the end with a proper audit trail, so that at any point in time you could see why exactly someone has got a particular score or not. That included things like evaluating various ratios. It included things like having a rating scale, evaluation parameters, tabulation formats, entry forms with adequate information on it, and again validating all that back with audited financial statements as well. So we developed a process that was pretty robust and fair. And finally, the most important thing was that process followed or not. The third part of what we did was validating to ensure that the process as we had defined was actually followed. And therefore what we got at the end was a set of very robust results.
On the 11th of November 2011, a distinguished final jury chaired by Sam Pitroda, advisor to the Prime Minister on Public Information Infrastructure and Innovations, finally selected the winners of the Leaders of Tomorrow Awards 2011. Mr. Sam Pitroda was ably assisted in the selection process by some of India Inc.'s most recognizable names: Deputy Group CEO and MD of Airtel Akhil Gupta, Managing Director of McDonald's India Vikram Bakshi, Chairman and President of Luxor Group K Jain, renowned business historian and best-selling author Gita Piramal, Vice Chairman of Shoppers Stop S Nagesh, Chairman of McCann India Prasoon Joshi, and finally Managing Director of Fortis Healthcare Shivinder Singh.